Welcome to the Crave Room Podcast.
Yeah.
I hope you had a good night tonight. Because the match card was pretty good.
The match card was good. Some of the winners, not so good.
Yeah.
The card was
Alright.
stacked. Some of the winners were stupid.
Yeah. Alright, let's cut the chit chat and let's walk in that boardroom.
Yeah. I only have an intro here. Let's get started. I guess at the match. Alright, so here's the first match. This opening match was booked horribly. It felt like AI generated this match. Triple H was triple chat GPT tonight. This was bad. So anyone on the podcast listening to the podcast who's a longtime Gunther fan like myself since Black and Gold, since Black and Gold, there was always this thing everyone always said about Gunther. It's like, what made Gunther so special and unique was he never got pins. That's always been like his main thing about his character is he barely ever lost a match, barely ever got pinned. He was very protected. Like he never lost. Like he got pinned like once a year. Like Gunther. So when Gunther got pinned, it was like shocking. It was actually shocking because it never happened. That's how crazy. Like, that's how rare it was. It was shocking when he actually got pinned because it never happened that often. So when it did happen, it meant something because it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun in the past when we were able to say that about him. But after tonight, that's freaking dead. I never want anyone to say that ever again. Like Gunther doesn't lose a lot. He doesn't get pinned a lot. You can't say that anymore now because he got pinned tonight after he just got pinned earlier in the month of the Clash in Italy pay-per-view, and also by Cody. He's now gotten pinned twice in the same month after retiring 3 people. I've never seen a build-up of a heel fall from grace so quickly. When he retired, Cena, AJ Styles, and Goldberg, they were calling him the career killer. I think his career just got killed after this. Gunther does not feel special anymore. They killed all the magic. All the magic of the Gunther's character is dead. Gunther does not even feel special anymore like he used to. They killed him. He feels like another guy on the roster now, and that's it. I just wanted to get that rant out. Like, I mean, I didn't even explain what happened in the match yet. I just wanted to get that out first. So the actual match, it was a rematch from Clash in Italy, where Gunther got pinned the first time. This was a rematch. It started SmackDown. It was a commercial-free match because it was like a pretty big match for a TV episode. For a TV show, it's a pretty big deal, so they made it commercial-free. It started the show. And this wasn't just a rematch like another normal match like the first one. This one had a guest referee, and the guest referee was Sami Zayn because he's been feuding with both of these guys. So you knew there was gonna be some kind of shenanigans because he had beef with both of them. You knew some crazy was gonna happen. So there was moments in the match throughout where Sami was getting in their faces. They were getting in his face at one point. At one point, him and Gunther literally attacked each other. He started Sami and Cody shoving contest. Like there was some moments. My original prediction, which honestly I think is a little bit better idea than what they actually did. My original prediction was Sami Zayn was going to somehow screw them both over, and they were going to get double counted out or something. So then that way, no one wins, no one loses. Both guys are protected. Cody's the champion. He will want to take a loss. Gunther's protected because he also didn't get pinned a second time by the same guy again. They would have both protected, and then you could have got a triple threat for all 3 of these guys at Night of Champions, which we are getting that triple threat, but they set up way differently than what I said. That triple threat match is still happening. They just set up not how I just described it. My idea I just described, they didn't do that. We got that. We did get that match confirmed tonight, but it's not how I described it just now. What they did, honestly, I'm not trying to brag, but I think my idea was better because they would have both been protected if my idea. Neither one would have got pinned. But instead, they decided to pin Gunther and make him look weak.
Yeah.
So that's how the match ended. Basically, Sami Zayn did not screw them both over. There wasn't some kind of wonky finish. Nope. In the end, Cody just pinned Gunther clean for a second time in the same month. And it wasn't even a cool, strong pinfall. He didn't even use the crossroads on him. He rolled him up. Look, you know how I hate roll-up pins because they're so overused and they look so weak. Because you're just rolling them up, but you're not using a finisher on them. You're not even using a finisher, you're just rolling them up. It's stupid. I hate roll-ups. He didn't even win the crossroads. It was a stupid finish. He made him look weak. But Cody retained the title. Again, I think that this was his, I believe, his third defense. Yeah, because he beat Randy at WrestleMania, beat Gunther at Clash of Italy. So those were the first two. So this was his third defense. So he retains his third defense. He beat Gunther, and then in the back he's arguing with Nick Aldis because Cody being the babyface that he is was like, no, that wasn't fair. Like Sami Zayn kind of way too quick and stuff. He screwed I think I should Gunther in their match. So he actually said to Aldis, we're gonna restart this match right now. I want to fight Gunther again, but this time no Sami Zayn. Let's get no more ref out here. He pretty much was like, Sami lost his chance after the stun he just pulled. So I want to restart the match right now, right here. But this time, no stipulation, it's a normal match, no more referee, no Sami Zayn. So it was granted to him. The match restarted. So the same night he had his third defense of the title, he also is now having his fourth defense of the belt. Immediately after the match literally got restarted. Here's his fourth defense. It's a normal match this time. And this match also has a stupid ending. Basically, the match only went for like a minute. Like it barely went at all. And then Sami Zayn comes out and attacks Gunther. So Gunther wins by DQ, but since it was a DQ, the title doesn't change hands. Title matches whenever it's a DQ in a title match. If a DQ happens, the title doesn't change hands. So even though Gunther won the match by DQ, Cody's still the champion. So basically, the company was basically what they were trying to do is be like, hey guys, even though Gunther lost tonight, hey look, he also still won a match tonight too. Doesn't matter because did he pin Cody? I don't think so. He won by DQ, which to me isn't a real win. Because you're not pinning or submitting anyone. And like you still, and that doesn't fix the mistake you made 5 minutes before where you got pinned. I don't care if it was Sami Zayn that counted the fall. You still pinned the man clean. He still looked weak. He still got pinned clean. He still got pinned. He still looked weak now. Like the bell rang. He still lost. So yeah, Sami attacked him and DQ'd the match. Then after the match, he beat them up. I think this was like pretty much solidifying. Like Sami's almost like pretty much fully healed now at this point. It's like he beat the hell out of both of these guys. Cody and Gunther. After the match, he beat Cody and Gunther like crazy and stood tall. And at this moment, I was like, all right, we're still getting the triple threat match for sure. Just not the way I wanted it to be set up. But it was confirmed at the beginning of that match. We'll get to that later on, though. But yeah, that was the whole opening terrible segment. I think in my opinion, I think this is the worst segment we've had in SmackDown since Pat McAfee before WrestleMania. I don't know what you think.
Yeah.
Like the whole before WrestleMania, remember we were getting a mystery phone caller for Randy, and they revealed it on SmackDown, and the caller was Pat McAfee. And everyone hated it. I think this was the worst thing we've seen since that thing happened. This was awesome. They not only made Gunther look super weak, they also made Cody look stupid. Everyone here looks stupid except Sami Zayn, honestly. Everyone else looked pretty stupid. And the match was the one positive I could say was the first match, the one that didn't go a minute long. The first match was actually really good. Just the finish was stupid. Like Cody and Gunther again. Gunther does not have bad matches. He's just a great wrestler. So of course the match of Cody, of course, it was a great match. It's Gunther. him and Cody had a really good match. Just the way it ended was stupid. The ending sucks, that's all. That's the one positive I can say. Is Gunther is a great wrestler. What's the one positive is him and Cody did have a really good match. Up until the end, it was a lot of fun. And that was a terrible opening segment. Worst thing I've seen since before WrestleMania. That was terrible. And yeah, that was the whole opener. I know I took a long time to explain that one, but I had to get it off my chest. I think I got it all out now. Anything you want to say about it?
No, I didn't like it either.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. Clearly.
Yeah.
Hang on. The next thing, so after that, backstage, Jay Cargill's in the back of her little faction. He's having a backstage interview. And, hang on, I'm trying to find what she said. Okay, here we go. Jade says they run this division, but they're going to make a pit stop of Tiffany Stratton to make her pay for getting involved and costing Jade Queen of the Ring. And seeing as Night of Champions needs some more star power, she tells Tiffany to put that U.S. title on the line so she could take it. And that was it. Generic Jade Cargill promo. She sucks in the ring and on the mic. She should not even be employed. She's only here because of her looks. She got the physique and like the muscles. She looks like Mother China of her muscles. That's why they like her.
Yeah.
Then we go back in commercial. Gunther's yelling at Nick Aldis in the back. He yells at Aldis saying, "You screwed me twice. The only reason I'm not champion is because you're not fit for your job as the GM." And Aldis reminds him, he's like, "Hey, he says to Gunther, hey, you're the one who picked Sami Zayn," which is true. Gunther was allowed to pick the stipulation because Cody said at Clash Italy, the ref didn't see Gunther's foot in the rope, so to make it fair, he let Gunther choose the stipulation. And Gunther did choose Sami as the guest referee, so he's right. He did choose that. So Aldis says that, and Gunther says, "I want another title match," and he storms off. Gets all angry. Then we go in the back. They're continuing this story of Jacob Fatu trying to bring Solo Sikoa back to Roman again. Solo's in the back of Jacob, and he's telling him to tell Roman the answer to whether he'll come back to Roman is a definite no. Jacob says he's not here for that. He's here to make sure nobody gets involved in the MFTs title match tonight. But yes, he thinks Solo is making the wrong choice. He's been away too long, and he's running out of time to make the right choice. And Solo asks him what the hell he means, and Jacob tells him he knows. And then Tama Tonga and Tonga come in, and Tama asks what was that all about, and Solo says it was just a Roman nonsense. But now we're gonna go win those tag titles. But then Tama Tonga says, "No, Solo, you're staying in the back. So your family doesn't interfere with their family. And if Solo comes out, there's no telling who might interfere." And Solo wants to come out anyway, but Tonga tells him point blank that bloodline business is not their business, but the tag titles are. So more attention with the MFTs. Tama and Talla they don't like what Solo's been doing. I have a feeling I know where this is going. My long-term story prediction for this is, I think they're gonna both turn on Solo and kick him out of the group. They're gonna kick him out of his own group, and then after he gets kicked out, Solo Sikoa is gonna turn babyface, and he's gonna finally take Jacob's offer and go back to Roman. That's what I think this is all leading to. And then we're gonna have Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Jacob, and Solo all together as like a 5-person group. And Solo's gonna be back at Roman again after all these years. I think that's what it's leading to. Speaking of that tag team title match, that's up next. I gotta go set that up now. Alright, here we go. So, this was Damien Priest and R-Truth, who are the current tag team champions on SmackDown. They defended against the MFTs, Tama and Talla. Again, like we just talked about, no Solo Sikoa at ringside. He's not out here. Oh wait, actually, before I get more into the match, I forgot to mention one more thing quick that happened before we got to this match. Just a quick thing. It was in their Bleak Monroe video. They've been showing her every week from NXT, calling out people. She called out Rhea, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, Tiffany. She's calling out everyone. This week she called out Julia. That's all it really was. I just wanted to No, I forgot to mention that before I set the match. But anyway, yeah. Then we go to the match. So the match was fun, and then during the match, in the back, we actually see the new AAA World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders, who haven't been on SmackDown or Raw in months because apparently of this company, TKO, apparently you need to have a AAA title to be featured on the show more. Just like Ray Phoenix last week. Because I love how Ray Phoenix hasn't been on the show in weeks, and then last week he was on the show defending his AAA Cruiserweight title. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
War Raiders haven't been here in weeks, but now they're here because of the AAA Tag Champs. I'm noticing a theme here. It seems like if to be featured more on the Raw or SmackDown, you need to have a title from another promotion apparently. I love how they have to win AAA titles to actually be featured on the show.
Yeah.
The only one outside of Don Castillo, like all the other AAA champs are now being featured because they're AAA champions. Other than Don Castillo, the other ones weren't. These other people weren't featured until they won these titles. I also don't count Lola Vice because she's on NXT. Like Lola Vice, the NXT Women's Champion. She's same as Dominic of her. Like she actually is featured but that's different. That's Shawn Michaels. She actually cares about his talent. So, it's, like I'm talking about main roster specifically. They're not featured until they won the titles. I'm not counting NXT because Shawn Michaels actually cares. Best wrestling show of the week, by the way. Anyway, we're here for SmackDown. Yeah, this match is pretty fun. I don't know why War Raiders were watching in the back. I guess they want to take him title shot, even though they already have tag team titles. They want these tag team titles too, I guess. They want to be double champions. I don't know. So they were just walking in the back. That's all it really was. And then, basically, toward the end of the match, Solo Sikoa didn't listen like a dumbass, and he came out toward the end to try to help. He came out to basically try to interfere, and then Tonga told him to leave, and Solo wasn't having it. So he shoves Tonga away, eat a dive from Damien. So basically, he took the bullet for Tonga. He shoved him out of the way to get hit by Damian Priest by Damien's dive. So he basically took a bullet for his buddy, and then but then because of that, R-Truth pinned Tonga, so the Damien and Truth retained the tag titles. And according to commentary, this was their 5th title defense, and they are still champions. And that was it. And then post-match, after the match, Solo's in the ring with the MFTs and Tama and Talla, and then they basically just leave him behind. Like they basically leave him hanging. They go to the back on their own. So even more teases of them kicking him out, basically. And then we go back. Oh wait, Andy wants about the match?
No, it was a good match.
It was. I just feel like I've seen this match like 4 times already because they've been feuding because Damien and Truth have been feuding these guys for like months. I feel like this has been going on forever. See, it's the same thing with the YF6. Like they were feuding to MFTs for so long. Whenever you're feuding to NFTs, get ready for a few months long. You're gonna be stuck here for a while. You'll be in the MFT vortex.
Yeah.
No, interestingly, I noticed there was no Royce Keys tonight on the show. By the way, because he's been doing this stuff, and then he wasn't on the show. Near was Trick Williams, U.S. champ, because they gave him a week off. Rhea wasn't on the show as a women's champion, but also I actually heard rumors she might be injured, so that could be why she wasn't here.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's good in time for SummerSlam. Since the Queen of the Ring winners, you're going to be challenging possibly her, if not Liv. So, yeah. Hopefully she's good. Anyway, then backstage, Sami Zayn's in the back talking to the former NXT champion, former North American champion, former NXT Tag Team champion, former multi-time champion Johnny Gargano. What they got him doing? Still sitting on a crate, doing planks for a living, I guess now.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the back of Candice LeRae, his wife, like always, just sitting on the crate, and Sami Zayn's just, as usual, trying to get things off his chest with Johnny Gargano, like Johnny's his therapist or something. And Nick Aldis comes in and says, "Sami, that was the fastest count in wrestling history." I don't know about that. Sami says he never wanted this. He called it right down the middle, and then Aldis is saying like you attacked Gunther, and Sami is like he got attacked first. And he says everybody expected him to screw Cody, but he didn't. And in fact, Cody should be here thanking him for not screwing him. I mean, that's true. He didn't.
Yeah.
And that was that. Then backstage, we go to main event Jey Uso in the back, cutting a promo. He says he's going to breeze past JeVon and win King in the Ring, go straight on to Cody Rhodes. 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. And then JeVon Evans comes in and says he knows he's looking past him, but he's a big fan. He wishes him luck, Unk. Jay gets mad that he called him Unk and says he's going to teach him a lesson tonight. He says the Unk's going to teach you a lesson, kid. And he doesn't dare yeet. And that was that.
Yeah.
Now I guess I have next match. Okay, so this next match, Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints. Both these guys have been fitting with Trick Williams for the U.S. title. So basically, all these guys. So basically, these guys have actually had a couple matches these last couple weeks. This is the 4th match they've had. I actually looked it up just to make sure. To make sure I get my facts right. They've been fitting for weeks now. The first match was Carmelo Hayes won. The second match was a double count out, and the third match Ricky won. So the double count out, like basically no one won. So really, they're tied. They were tied 1-1. Carmelo won one match, Ricky won the other. So really, they're tied 1-1. So this was kind of like a tiebreaker. I also have a feeling this was the last match in their feud because unlike the other 3, this was not a normal match. It was a normal contender match for Trick's U.S. title, and the winner is going to face him for the belt at Night of Champions. I was fine with either winner. I like both guys, and both matches Trick could be good. I thought Carmelo Hayes was going to win it because of the history he's got with Trick, but Mater saying that for a bigger pay-per-view because of the history. So I think that could be why Ricky won this match. Ricky Saints actually won. So he's going to be facing Trick for the U.S. title at Night of Champions officially. That should be fun. Again, Trick wasn't on the show. I thought Mater were going to have him on commentary during this match. It's a contendership for his title. I thought he maybe be on commentary, but no. They just gave him the week off. He wasn't here. That was it, though. It's a fun match. Like, I mean, all the first 3 they have are all really good, too. They're just really good together. And that's it. And, then the back. Cody and Nick Aldis are in the back together, and Cody says he understands the situation Gunther's put him in, but catering to him and Sami is getting old, and he wants a triple threat Night of Champions. So Aldis says, all right then, it's official. So we officially got it confirmed now. Cody Rhodes defends the WWE title at Night of Champions against Sami and Gunther in a triple threat. Officially confirmed. And that's it. Then in the back, Charlotte Flair is getting interviewed. She says she's done it all, but the hunger hasn't faded. She hasn't won a world title in a few years now, but she wins the crown. She becomes queen of the ring. She'll be back at the mountaintop at SummerSlam and win her 15th title. Tonight, Liv Morgan might be trouble. But Charlotte will show her why she's the queen then, now, forever. Woo! Then after the commercial, they're showing clips of Danhausen and the New York Knicks. And they actually announced, I saw online, they actually announced the Saturday main event next month at MSG. They've now officially confirmed Danhausen will be there in the building on the show. So he's going to get a mega pop in New York. They confirmed. Yeah. They officially confirmed he's going to be at the show. I've also heard rumors that they might have a New York Knicks there, apparently. They might be bringing a Nick in. I think it might be Jalen Brunson. That's my theory. I think he's going to have I think he's going to have an in-ring interaction with Danhausen or something.
Yeah, because he looked at the curse and he got the New York Knicks win.
Yeah. I wish Danhausen would uncursed Cody and Gunther's current feud. That'd be nice.
No, they're not important as Knicks.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's be real.
Then in Danhausen's lab, he still got the missing Kid Wilson wired to a machine, like mind controlling them basically. And he's pressing buttons to make them say their catchphrases. Like Kid Wilson just yells toxic, and then Miz goes awesome. He's making them say their catchphrases basically. Then Angel and Berto come in, and they say they demand their money back. Then Danhausen didn't curse the Knicks for them, and Danhausen says too bad. He spent all the human monies already. And then they try to attack him, and then Matt Cardona comes in because he's had nothing better to do because he always loses. He says they have a problem with Danhausen, they got a problem with him, and they run off. And Danhausen says thanks Zack Ryder. He actually calls him his old name.
Mm-hmm.
He says thanks Zack Ryder. Matt says my name is Matt, and he touches Mrs. Helmet and gets shocked. It just says woo, and then he says woo woo woo. And Danhausen asks if he's okay, and he says, "You know it." That was actually kind of a funny reference. I laughed at that.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny. Ooh, you okay? You know it. That was great. And Danhausen gets all happy and rubs his hands together, and that was fun. Look. Normally I would say this is a Vince McMahon written segment. This was terrible and cringe and stupid, but Danhausen just has a charm to him that he makes anything funny. If he's involved, it's funny. He's just a funny character. Like anything he's involved in, he makes it work. He just got a charm to him. It makes anything work. And I think that's why he got so popular so quickly. He wasn't even as popular. He wasn't even as popular in AEW because he was never used. Tony didn't use him that much. Like he wasn't even as big of a star in AEW. But isn't it crazy how quick he got popular here?
Mm-hmm.
He's so popular already. Like he gets huge pop when he's shown on the screen because he just has a charm. Like I say, he's got like the R-Truth like funny comedy charm to him. Like he got popular quick. Yeah. So he's been pretty successful so far, and he's only wrestled like 2 matches. Like it's crazy. Like it's his comedy bits are making popular. Yeah. Then in the back, Finn Balor's in the back, and R-Truth comes in, and he says, Finn, what's up? Judgement is back together. It's great to be back together. And then R-Truth says he has a whole plan about getting Finn a title against Rikishi. And Finn Balor says he doesn't need R-Truth's help, but Truth says once you're in Judgment Day, you're Judgment Day for life. And Damien Priest comes in, and Truth says he's ready to go to water polo with him to celebrate. But Damien says he doesn't go places with people he can't trust. And by that he means Finn Balor. And then R-Truth says he isn't sure if he means him or Finn. That was fun. Then we go to the next match. I gotta set it up now. Alright, here we go. So this was Jey Uso versus JeVon Evans. It was a King of the Ring semifinals match. So basically, Oba Femi won his semifinals on Raw this week against Dominic Mysterio. So Oba's in the finals already. So this was the other semifinal match. So basically, whoever wins this match goes on to face Oba in the finals at the pay-per-view at Night of Champions. So basically, the finals for Night of Champions was either going to be Oba versus Jey or Oba versus JeVon. I was hoping it would be JeVon because number one, you want to build the future up. Have two new stars in the finals. Oba and JeVon. That's first. Yep. And number two, I've actually seen Oba and JeVon. They had an NXT feud like last year, and they actually had a pay-per-view match, and I remember it being a banger. It was really good. They had a really good match together already on that show. So I was hoping we'd see it again in the main roster. But we didn't get that. Mm-hmm. We got someone I didn't want to win. I was hoping wouldn't. Jey Uso won. So now at Night of Champions, the King of the Ring finals is officially going to be Oba Femi versus Jey Uso. I'm scared that Brock Lesnar is going to cost Oba. I'm really nervous that Jey's going to win the tournament and challenge Cody at SummerSlam. I'm scared they're going to do it. Yeah, Jey won. And what was I gonna say? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, JeVon Evans. and he's really good for his age. This kid's only 21, and he's really good. Like, I've seen his career here so far. I actually watched him debut in NXT. I saw his debut. I've been watching him since he got here. And he's really good. He's come a long way. He's got a bright future. I just wish he would have won this match. In the end, that's the match. It's a J1. They had a little handshake of respect. It's crazy. Like when Jey Uso's on his own, he's super babyface, super nice. But then like when he's with Roman, I feel like they're all heels again now. They're kind of just jerks. It's just even though Roman acknowledges the fans like a babyface and stuff, they're basically babyfaces acting like heels. Because they're nice to the crowd and stuff. Their babyfaces basically playing heel. I mean, we saw on Raw they attacked a comedian. Like Roman literally legit attack Eric Andre. Like, if you're a face, why are you letting a celebrity get attacked in the crowd? That's kind of crazy. Anyway, then the rest of the show until the main event, pretty much. There's a lot of backstage stuff here, like in a row. So, and then the next match is literally the main event. But before we get there, there's actually a couple of backstage things here, like a couple in a row. A ton of, I don't know why. This whole like last half hour of the show was filled with backstage stuff. So, I'm gonna run through it all right now. First, it's Jacob Fatu's also coming in the back again. Solo's figured it out. He hasn't figured it out. Roman sends Jacob so he can get in his head and mess with his family. He tells Jacob to tell Roman that maybe he's gonna send his family to Roman's show and mess with his family. And that was it. Then Julia has like a pre-taped like, video promo talking about her breakup with John James, and she wants to fight her in a match next week in London on SmackDown where Julia's from. That was it. Then the Women's U.S. Champion Tiffany Stratton, she's interviewed in the back, and she says she accepts Jade's challenge for the title match at Night of Champions, and then Chelsea Green comes in and says they're great when they're together, and Tiffany complains that she's called her names and watched people beat her up for a year. Oh yeah, sorry, I misworded that. She was saying Chelsea Green's been calling people out, and people then she gets beaten up in the end. And now she wants to be friends, and Chelsea says she's never called her names. Tiffany reminds her of one, and she says, and Chelsea was like, no, that was endearment. I was trying to be nice. And Tiffany says, I'm done with you, and then walks away. She's like, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm on my own. Then we get one of those, they've actually been doing these fun little NXT videos, they're called NXT Origins, where it's like, it just shows like a current main roster star, it shows like highlights of their NXT run, like highlights of their NXT career. They've had one for Tiffany, for Rhea, for Damien, for Finn, and now they got one for Alexa Bliss here. It was pretty fun. Man, she's come a long way. I like these videos. They're just fun. It's fun to see how far these people have come. Alexa Bliss debuted in NXT. Her gimmick was basically a fairy princess girl. Like, it's crazy how far she's come. From that to the whole goddess gimmick on the main roster to the Fiend stuff for Wyatt to now, it's crazy how far she's come. She's got a lot of different gimmicks.
Yeah.
She's been here long enough. Of course, I'm not surprised she's had all those gimmicks. She's been here for like 10 years, so over 10 years. So she's a veteran now at this point. Yeah. Then the hype up the match later on. There's like a pre-tape video of Liv Morgan talking. It was just kind of her just bragging and being like, watch me, like she usually does. And that was really it. Then there's another backstage pre-tape video of the women's tag champions, Paige and Brie Bella. And they're just talking about how they're gonna beat Bayley and Lyra on Monday because they actually set this up last week on Raw. Well, I didn't mean this week on Raw. This Monday's Raw is in London. And they're going to be defending the tag titles against Bayley and Lyra on Monday. And the only reason they're doing this is because Paige, London, she's from there. So we get a big hometown reaction. I think that's why they're doing this. And then, another backstage thing. Fatal Influence is in the back. JT Jane has a promo saying how, saying that the ref last week she got rejected from ringside because the ref was letting Paige and Bree do whatever they want, you know. And then the other two say they have the champs almost beat, and if they come out on Raw with tag titles, Bayley Influence will be right here to get another shot. And JC Jane says she's gonna go and get a match against Paige next week to show her what happens when she messes with their influence. So basically, this is since Paige has come back at the company, she's only had tag matches teaming with Brie Bella. So this is actually going to be Paige's first singles match back in the company. So let's see how she does in one-on-one matches. First singles match back. See how she does. Then good Jey Uso in the back. He bumps into Cody. Cody congratulates him on the win and says 1 to go. And he's got to be Oba, and then it's me and you. And then Jay says it's 1 to go, and then comes the Blitz. I don't know what that means, but okay. Cody tells him not to forget about Oba, and he says I'm easy to find. And Cody leaves, and Sami Zayn comes in. This was cool because all of Jay and Sami's history in the Belém together. Seeing their current characters interact again was pretty fun. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen them together, so it was fun to see. And Jay says to Cody, like, are you good? And then Sami's like, never mind that. He thinks Jay's doing great. He's gonna win King of the Ring. He's gonna wrestle with Cody. But he says it's just that he thinks it's not gonna be Cody. It's gonna be me, Jay. You're gonna be facing me after I beat Cody. He asks Jay what they do when that happens, and Jay says Sami knows him. He'll do what he has to do. And Sami says, fair enough. And by the way, say hello to the family from me. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Then commentary hypes up the Night of Champions card so far that we got. So as it stands right now, the match card so far. Hang on. I actually says it here in the Google article I'm reading. Okay, yeah. So the match card so far, as of right now, it's Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Sami Zayn triple threat match for Cody's title. Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton for Tiffany's U.S. title. The Seth Rollins Braun Breaker match 3. It's a steel cage match. Trick Williams, Ricky Saints for the U.S. title, and then the King and Queen of the Ring matches, which the finals we now know for the King. It's Oba versus Jay, and then the Queen of the Ring final. It's going to be Io versus the winner of the main event, Liv and Charlotte, which we'll get to. It's Io versus Liv or Io versus Charlotte. And then that was it for that. And now we finally go to the main event, which I gotta set it up now. Alright, main event time. Ring of the Ring semifinals. Charlotte Flair versus the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. Who shouldn't be in this tournament at all. So basically the winner of this goes on to face Io in the finals of Night of Champions. This is the last semifinal match in the whole thing. The winner of this goes to the finals. But before the match, basically, in the back, Charlotte's basically going to make her way to the entrance, and then Jade Cargill, me, and B-Fab, the the faction, they jump Charlotte in the back and beat her up a bunch. Basically backstage assault. Nick Aldis tells her she doesn't have to do this, but Charlotte's like, no, Nick, I got this. Like, this is important to me. I gotta get out there. And she's basically hobbling on one foot. And Liv Morgan walks past and goes, haha, look what we have here. And she starts laughing, being like, haha, I'm an easy one for me. And she goes to the ring, makes her entrance. And then, Nick Aldis tries to talk to Charlotte into not doing this. And Charlotte's like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna still wrestle this match. I gotta do this. This for me, for the fans. And then she goes out there. So then the match does start. The bell is ringing. The match starts. Basically, Charlotte's basically selling her injured knee, and basically like the whole being the match, Liv's just dominating her. Liv's just being a cocky heel, laughing, smirking, having a good time, toying of Charlotte. Basically, ragdolling her at the whole beginning because Charlotte's knee's hurt. And then pretty much, they do the classic babyface thing where, like, even though Liv's dominating the whole time, Charlotte keeps getting back up. She's not staying down, keeps getting back up. And then, pretty much toward the end of the match, surprisingly, I actually like the finish of this match because Liv Morgan's finisher Oblivion, she always wins with Oblivion. It was nice to see her win differently for once. She actually won with a submission, a Boston Crab, and she tapped out Charlotte. Look, I know you're not a fan of Charlotte. I gotta give her some respect. Since her and Alexa Bliss started as a tag team, since this whole Bay-facing started, Charlotte's been losing a lot to people, and not like she hasn't won in a while, and like she actually has been losing to like people on the roster. She's helping the division actually. I'm giving her props. She's actually been helping. It's nice to see. I don't even remember the last time she held a singles title. I honestly forgot. It's nice to see. So yeah, so that means now for Night of Champions we got both our tournament finals official. So, King of the Ring finals, Obafemi Jey Uso, Queen of the Ring finals, Io Sky and Liv Morgan. So, the winner of the men's one is going to challenge either Roman or Cody, and the winner of the women's is either going to challenge Rhea or, I guess, Liv will challenge herself. Actually, no, she already said if she wins, she wants to challenge Rhea and become double champions. That's what she's picking if she wins. But I don't think so. I think Io's still winning. Because I don't think they're going to do Liv versus Rhea now because they're going to probably do that for the Crown Jewel match. And, and it was the champion versus champion thing every year. So I think they're going to save that match for that show. I think Io's going to win the tournament and challenge Rhea at SummerSlam. Because there's a built-in story there because they've said in the past the one thing Rhea hasn't done is she's never beaten Io one-on-one. Every singles match they've had, Io's won. So that could be a good story they could tell. Like Rhea's actually nervous because she's never beaten Io one-on-one. So like Rhea's worried she'll actually lose her title because Io always beats her. Just kind of like how Seth Rollins always beating Roman. It's the same thing with Seth and Roman's like that's like Roman's one weakness. He's never beaten Seth one-on-one. Seth always gets the upper hand on one-on-one. Like he's Roman's kryptonite pretty much. Do the same thing with that basically. And
yeah.
So yeah, that was the show. There's not really. I don't think. Let me check. I was gonna say I don't think there's any news to talk about. It's kind of been a slow news week. Like even more like the other night when I recorded NXT. I literally said like there's no news tonight. Like I didn't have any. There was nothing. It's kind of been a slow news week actually.
Well, that's good.
Is it though? I like talking about wrestling news. It's fun.
Yeah, but that means there's no releases, no hires.
There could be good news too though.
And in this company, there's only bad news.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, TKO, everything's negative these days.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna Google. I'm gonna type in Google. I'm gonna type in WWE and see what pops up. I want to see if anything pops up. All the news I'm really seeing is like the new matches we got tonight for the pay-per-view. The new confirmed matches. That's the most news I'm seeing. I guess this is something. It's small news, but it's something. In a couple weeks, there's gonna be a taped SmackDown show, like ahead of time because they're giving talent the 4th of July off. So
that's good.
Yeah, that's actually a nice thing. Here's one thing. Joe Henry explains his absence on Raw. He hasn't been on Raw in weeks. He explains why he's not been there. He says things are a little crazy right now. Logan's injury happened. We thought he was going to be gone for a long time, and he reappeared. I got attacked by Theory of 87 share shots. I'm still recovering from that. Oh yeah, I forgot that happened. Theory was like, I'm gonna take out everyone who injured Logan. He gave him share shots. I forgot about that. So basically, he's just selling the injury. Okay, that explains it. I forgot that happened. Oh, here's one. Here's the list. There's one more news thing I'll talk about, and here's one more thing. Apparently, reportedly, backstage creative plans. The reportedly is planning on doing Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill at SummerSlam, That explains the attack tonight. Hello?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that explains why Jay attacked Charlotte tonight. They reportedly was planning to do Charlotte versus Jay at SummerSlam. That explains it. My guess, I don't want this to happen. My guess, Jade's winning the U.S. title from Tiffany at Night of Champions, and Jade's going to defend it against Charlotte at SummerSlam. That's my guess. That's what I think they're going to be going now with this. But that explains why she attacked her. They might have a match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really the only news I got here. Like those are like the three things I saw. That's really it. The other news I could mention was Dan House and MFT, but I already said that earlier. So yeah, that's it. Anything you want to say?
Nah.
All right, I'm gonna end it here then. Well, there's no pay-per-views or anything this weekend, so we'll be back Monday for Raw.
Mhm.
So
Leave a comment down below. Who you think is gonna win, the King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring?
indeed, yeah, either Oba or Jey Uso, and then either Io or Liv. We are our final four now.
Mhm.
Final four people. So it's yeah. Which one? Who you think's gonna win between those four people? Which one? Who's gonna win each one?
Yeah.
That's it for now. See you guys Monday. Peace.
See you.